So hello guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first and only ever Ace Talk coming in live at such a late night. My name is Dax, gonna be your caster all the way in the month of October, apparently. That's what I got. I'm gonna be a caster all the way in the month of October for your Ace playoffs. But we are doing this right here, right now. It's the end of scrims. It's time for our players to come on in. And of course, the whole month of September will have the group stage. And joining me for today are gonna be some great folks from many parties involved. So guys, give yourself a little bit of a roll call here from top to bottom. We'll start things off with Fraudy. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Fraudy. I'm the community lead of Unhappy Without You server. I'll also be the producer for the AC group stage coming up.
Thank you, Fraudy. And it's something we all talk about very soon, especially in those broadcast plans. And if you guys see this thing, yes, it is similar to the AU power rankings. So we're not gonna lie, it's basically that for the PAC scene with all the issues of PAC. Language barrier, not seeing who's leaking scrims or not, those kind of things. You don't know too much. Dead contender scene. It's gonna be very difficult, and that is why we have our players here. That is how we have so many people with so much Crimbucks in their belts. So next after Fraudy, who is it, Mr. Raxus? It's your time to shine.
Hello, my name is pronounced Rxis, and I'm the
Araxis.
manager of FES.
Thank you there, Mr. Manager himself. And something to note, he's always been part of the community in parts of the Unhappy Without You squadron. So it really feels like there is going to be a lot of knowledge in people who are active as well in the scene. Then we are going to be moving over to our players. Introducing first the man who plays main tank. It is FES's Satchok.
Hello. I play main tank for FPS.
Love it. I love it. See, there you go. Satchok, gonna be always amazing to say the least. He's been one of the main tank mainstays in the SEA region for quite a while already, for so many SG teams and more. And right now, part of the invited team of FES, something we'll be talking about later on. And then last but not least, our tandem for Waterman Madlers. First things first, it's not Hardstack Diamond, it's Mr. Vital.
Oh,
Hello. Okay.
yeah.
You guys, I'm trying to give you guys some hype intros, and you guys are giving me the weakest stuff here. So I'll actually increase your volumes real quick, but for some reason my mouse is missing. But it is what it is. And finally, we have Yuri's as well.
Yeah, how's it going, guys? I'm Eurus, currently playing for Paradigm Shift in AU Contenders as Flex DPS.
Dog.
What a flex. What a flex on this guy. And really goes to show we have so much contender experience. So guys, welcome to Ace Talk. It is time to talk about the Pacific scene. It's surprising in all honesty that we have a Pacific tournament after everything is said and done. And the first question I have to ask of all of you is how does it feel to play for the region again? We all expected just to say, okay, dead game. That's pretty much it. We're done, right? We're done with Overwatch. We have to invade Australia to actually play in contenders. So what gives? What has brought everyone back together here in the region?
I think everyone's back just for the 100k. The 100k is just too much to say no to. You see a lot of old school players coming back into the region, and especially on like the Japanese side, you've seen a lot of retired players from like 2017, 2018 coming back in. So it's an interesting mix of like new generation of Overwatch pros and the old schools have come back together.
And completely agree. It really feels like there is something bringing things back. There is why that's targeting yours and Vital. Don't worry about it. Money is bringing back the region. Of course, when you have a problem, you just throw money at it. But is anyone here in our cast of players right now, our cast of people who has been parts of the contenders in other regions? As Yuri's had said, he's part of Paradigm Shift. How about anyone else here?
I played OC, China, and EU right now.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, there you go. Vital from playing in so many different regions. Raxus, I believe you're helping out in other regions as well. Satchok, how about you?
No,
I
I'm
played
not.
2 matches for Paradigm Shift for a
Okay.
week.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, so it feels like there's a bunch of that experience, but you are here to talk about our 8 teams in the Ace tournaments. It's pretty interesting because look at those nationalities, and you can already see where things are based out of. From looking at it myself, we have around 4 SG teams rather, with one of them being a very mixed roster, and then you have one from Japan, from Thailand, and 2 from Taiwan. So to introduce our teams, we have Far East Society and A-Bang, our invite teams, which were directly into our group stage. And then we have our qualifiers, which were Connect Gaming, Battle Angel, Jacob Bird, Watermelon Waddlers, and Banana Bava. And last but not least, a special case, it is Jaeger taking the slot of Fortuna after an interesting deal that worked out in their favor. All of the drama that unfolded actually working out and allowed them to get into the tournament. But we'll talk about that one later. But looking at these 8 teams, what do you guys think about this roster of teams? What do you guys think? Is this going to be a good representation of the region itself?
So I'll just say it first. I think this is a interesting mix of players. We're missing out of a lot of the old school Indonesian, Malaysian players from like the good old days back, you know. But it's still cool to see some of the remaining players still here. Yeah. So what do the rest of you think? Arxis, Sachok?
From my point of view, it's like as a community lead, what I see like 2 of the teams they weren't really that active in the scene, and somehow because this 100K is being thrown into this tournament, they're coming back. And actually, Jaeger is like one of the old school team from one back in 2016, and they spent in 2017, and it was the sole reason they have this prize pool that bring Ayako's like motivation to really
I also think
boot
that
up this team again, right?
because a lot of old players left, it also brought like opportunities for a lot of like newer players. Like there are a lot of like unknown players here
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
that
I
made it through.
I kind of expected more like old school competition. I honestly thought Patipan will join with some stack roster like
Hmm.
Patipan, HK,
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Titawat, and like Mickey because he's a free agent. I thought like they'll just come and dominate. So
Ah.
yeah.
Hey, but you
I
know,
also expected
I mean,
Claire Claire and team like the
Oh,
old
Claire,
Claire was
Amaken, and the other guys, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but they don't. I asked them and they don't play anymore. They just play Valorant now.
and you know, it's one thing that's really, really true about what's been going on, right? Valorant is like the biggest thing in the region. It's very, very supported by Riot, in all honesty. And I personally have had a pretty solid Valorant career here in my own local scene, and just goes to show what the difference is when a publisher actually cares about your region. So it's pretty obvious. There's no point going around it. Like Valorant is here. It has brought everyone who wanted to play something like that, everyone who wants to play DPS, everyone who wants to play a tactical shooter that still has, well, that kind of setup like Overwatch. And it is what it is, and this is who we have. But these rosters are pretty scary to say the least. So let's not waste any time, gentlemen. It feels like it's time to get into our rosters. And first things first, let's look at them already on every single position. Now, this is with the fact where you guys have to kind of carry me. As a caster, there's nothing really to cast nowadays, right? And it's a little difficult for me to know what's going on presently. So you guys have to guide me, per se, and in who is at the top. I have seen some of these players though, especially some big ones, as I said, in the contender scene, because it really feels that here in Overwatch, if you need to have an opportunity, you have to go elsewhere. So I got the first question is, we're not gonna talk about positions. Let's talk about individual people. Is there anyone on these rosters that may make you either scared or question why they are in that position?
Dude, like half of the players in the main tank aren't even main tank players.
Facts, facts.
For
Well-
example, Thomas on Banana Bob. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Luminous, Thomas, Xenofly, all them
Yeah.
aren't
I
even-
mean straight up, like if you look at the main tank position, you know who is the top, like the top 2, you know, that shines out, you know, that literally stands above the rest right now. It's no contest kind of thing. But if you look at the off support position, right, that's a bit more interesting. You have a bit more mix in terms of players.
Yeah.
And obviously in there, I think we can agree that Mango Jai probably stands out the loudest amongst
Mm.
everyone.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's so.
And it's interesting because you look over the main support next to Mango Jai, it's CQB, and CQB stands out equally as much as Mango
Yeah.
Jai does, you know.
It's like it's
like-
interesting. We have these
it'll be interesting to
rosters
rank.
that still
Mm.
stay together. Like A-Bang, it's one of those teams that has been there for so long. It really feels like they're always the belle of the ball, or sometimes they're the runner-up or something like that. They're always in that top
Awesome.
three. That's Taiwanese team from. I like that they went back to A-Bang. Honestly, the A-Bang, they became Nova, they became Nova MS, and then they became Mega for a little bit, then they got scammed and they moved into LOD
Yeah.
esports, and then now they're back into A-Bang. So it feels like it's gone full circle, and that is a team I personally think is one to beat. So besides that, I really see some interesting pickups here, like Soggy, who plays in Mindfreak right now from Contenders AU for FES. Another one has to be Lethal. He is in EU and he's tearing it up, but that is also a problem in itself. Playing in EU, playing from where? That's the question that we can tackle later on. And as we said, we got some people who comes on back. People I see here from the Jaeger Squadron, Sino, as well as Ayako. I have a lot of expectations for guys like this, in all honesty. And it really feels that there is so much of a mix and match here in the Ace tournament that will give us some really good highs, some really good lows, and in all honesty, a surprise or two that might go underway. So guys, let's tackle it through. Let's get into these positions. Let's get into, well, who is at the top. And since we already tackled off supports, might as well start. So do we all agree that Mango Jai is number one?
Yeah.
I think Mango Joy is no contest the best off support right in that list right now. It's the most accomplished guy. Guy has been places that I think the rest of the roster hasn't been at all. You know.
Sure, that's true.
Yeah,
He has
I
always
agree.
been there. Like, what else you guys can say about that?
I think how we should rank this is that we give Mango Jai first place and we looked at who comes next after Mango Jai, man.
I already did. There you go, guys. You can see already in the share screen. You can see it into the Excel sheet. Actually, do I need to still share screen? If you guys can just check out the
Yeah.
the
We can just
sheet.
open the
Yeah,
Excel
this
sheet,
is
Yeah,
just
we
this
can
thing.
just
I have the
look at it.
sheet open. Yeah.
Okay,
By
how
the way, Waka is flex support and Neko main is main. I just checked
Waka-
on Twitter.
Waka is
the
flex
other way
support, and okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Thank you very much. So this is one of the few things we need to check out the social media on, and that's something to also take note of. We're not gonna know too much about the Japanese and the Taiwanese teams for sure. Like Connect Gaming, Battle Angel are kind of the biggest question marks right now because of not only language barrier but also the fact that it's an interesting mix of different people. And we'll talk about Connect Gaming later. Battle Angel is probably the biggest. Who the hell are these guys kind of thing, and it because it's really that language barrier we talked about a while ago. In the AU side, everyone speaks English, so it's easy. Doesn't matter if you're West AU, you're East AU, you all speak English, you all speak Kangaroo, you're all good to go. But here in the Pacific, there's too many different languages, and we have to scour to Twitter. I had to look at so many different tweets for Connect Gaming just to find their roster. It was so hard to figure things out, but thank you for that. So Mangajai number one, and the first thing I gotta ask after Mangajai is, what is this guy doing in this position? What is Oputo doing on off support?
So the interesting thing about Opudo is that Opudo made the choice that he wanted to play off support. We offered him any position on the team. He said he wanted off support, so we just said, okay, Opudo, go on off support. Apparently, secret is Opudo's been training since his talent days. You know, when he was on the bench. You know,
And
he's been. I don't know. He went through some like Naruto style training in the hills somewhere in Thailand, and came down and said he wanted to play off support.
okay, so wait, give me a sec, guys. You guys are asking for the Excel sheet, right? Let me make a command for all of you so you guys can check it out yourselves while we're fixing things up. So Oputo chooses to play off support, and what kind of off support does he, kind of play? What is his style? Is he more aggressive? Is he more defensive? Do you see some surprise DPS plays out of him? What is the like there for Mr. Yuris?
Maybe no leaks.
Yeah, no leaks, of course, but
I mean,
like in terms of general playstyle, we're talking only on.
but off support players are not. I'd say.
Come on, you guys know how to
he
talk
offers
about it.
he offers the aim aspect to off support.
Okay.
You know, he has the aim down without a shadow of a doubt. Like
Yeah, his
probably some
mechanics
of the
are good
better
to
aim
play as well.
on off support.
That's good to hear. So that's good to hear. But does he actually rank strongly against someone like Xeon Flux? Because Xeon Flux, in the meantime, this FES squadron, it feels like it was that old Pacific roster that was like half FG, half Korean that impressed a lot of people. But now, since they gone full SG here, it's gonna be pretty interesting.
There's one Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, one
guy,
Japanese
yeah.
on Plankton. Yeah, they're Plankton. So it's mostly SG. It's almost out there. But do you guys think Xeon Flux is a guy that deserves a second slot after Mangajai, or is it anyone else here?
I would rank him 8th. That wasn't a joke.
Oh shit. Nah,
You
but
guys heard that first.
was
This is the kind of conversation we're all expecting here, guys.
What
I think
What
in my
about what about Akami second, Xeon Flux ninth?
but isn't Akame your seventh man? Or are you guys playing Akame in your six.
No
Ooh.
leaks, no
I,
leaks.
I mean, okay, if you're giving me the package of Xeon Flash with the choice to swap off to Akame, then I think that's a great dude that I'll give second without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah,
Oh
it's just
damn.
that good.
Combine.
If you play Xeon and Xeon doesn't work out on one map, you bring Akame in. Then Akame brings a different pool that that's opposite of
Yeah.
Xeon kind of thing. What do you guys think about it? I think it's fair only if Xeon and Akame share the same position.
Honestly, I don't even know who's gonna play. So
It's your
like,
team,
I,
bro.
Oh shit.
I don't even care about Lee King Outer, but I really don't know.
I love it. I love it. But in terms of raw power, I'm looking at this and I see Xeon, I see Opuzzo. Do you guys think Opuzzo just has that enough of a reputation to take second slot away from someone established like Xeon Flux, or is it vice versa? Because
Mm.
looking at those two players, they are my second and third, but I can't really decide who is in what position.
I think you
Honestly, I
just
have
gotta
no
give it
idea.
to Xeon for the
Yeah,
experience, man. Like
based on
Xeon just has
experience in the role,
more
yeah.
experience than Opuro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. And this is why. Oh, finally, my mouse is back. So this is why we really need to, talk about these things because there's so many different opinions, but it really feels that the old guard, like Mango Jai, like Xeon Flux, these guys have been in the contenders region for so very long already that you have to give them that respect. You have to give
Yeah.
them that props. So Mango Jai first, Xeon Flux, and can I go put Oputo in third place there for everyone? Does that work for everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looks good. Looks
That's
good.
good.
Like, do you get?
Actually, I think Chen Li isn't a bad player.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
thinking whether Chen Li or Buto is third. Because I don't
Chen
know
Li
who
Opuro
Waka
third.
or Ray Momo.
Yeah. Maybe someone in chat knows about
Yeah.
Raka, Ray Momo. Maybe you guys played against them. You guys want to share some things. Don't leak anything.
We literally played against Ray Momo. But I forgot.
Yeah, Chen Li is quite good.
I've seen. Okay, this is the thing about the squads of Banana Bava and Jaeger. I think Fraudy can attest to that, and I increased all the volume, guys, so everything should be a lot better now. Hearing everyone else, but I've seen these guys like Chen Li and Hank play quite more often nowadays, and it really feels like, right, Fraudy, that the people from Unhappy Without You have made these two community teams come together and basically be the ones who have been playing Overwatch still in this day and age.
Right. I don't really personally know much about Chainly. Maybe other peeps can, chime in on that. But for Hanks, I just know he's always been that guy who's been
Yeah.
grinding competitive scene. And this year's actually made his first OD playoff early 2020 with Riptide, Team Riptide. So I think they have I think that's what Jaeger's team is about. It's like a lot of
But
people who are grinding constantly, still climbing. Even though people are still start to ditch this game, but they are always the underdog. Actually, a lot of players in this team. So I
think-
wouldn't really sleep on any of them.
But I think Chen Li compared to Hank, I think Hanker has a more narrower hero pool because I think Chen Li is more all rounded, while Hanker is mostly focused on Diana around there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's known for his Ana play for sure.
Yeah.
I how are we power ranking in? Because there's so much to Overwatch, right? There's like game
Yeah,
sense
so
and
so we're just
mechanics.
looking at everything.
Yeah,
Like
we're
we're
looking
just
at thing.
together we'll decide on who's what.
Yeah, and
With the information we have.
speaking of
Yeah.
information, I'm looking into what we got. Raymomo is also one of those Ana players that can be surprising. And speaking of that, it really feels like when we look at the teams we don't know too much about, we have to look at the people they beat in terms of the bracket. It feels that there is always something to check out on when you look at the open qualifiers and actually Battle Angel was a team that surprisingly beat strong teams like Riptide and Komodo Warriors pretty cleanly. Compared to the open qualifiers is a different beast, but seeing some of the names here, like especially FES Academy Riptide, that's a team
Yeah,
that kind of got upset there.
I'll just say that Riptide was really scuffed in the qualifiers because they only made their roster 2 days before the tournament. So
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't think
Oh.
it was much of a
So you're saying
surprise
Battle's
for me.
Angel's attribution to their success right there was because Riptide had a shitty roster and not because Battle Angel was better than Riptide. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how good Battle Angel is because
Oh.
I don't know any of them, but I'll just say Riptide was significantly
Okay,
weaker
okay.
than before.
Ah.
That's
So I
something.
don't think it's much of an
Mm.
upset.
So in my head right now, I see Chen Li as third and maybe Opuro fourth because Opuro hasn't proven himself yet, guys. Let's not get it
Yeah.
wrong. We haven't seen the man play on stage yet on stream. So
that's
we have
interesting.
literally nothing on Opuro.
Yeah,
I have
we
literally no idea who any
yeah.
of these people are. But
So I think it's fair to give Chun Li 3, Opuro 4, Hank 5 by like the people we
Oh.
know,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's
Right,
interesting.
sure.
That's an interesting take. But I do
So-
wanna, before we finally decided, I do wanna bring up something on the Connect Gaming side. And Connect Gaming is a pretty strong Japanese team. They were able to beat out the likes of SEA, Ocean Park on the open qualifiers, and this is their main roster. Something to note for Connect Gaming, they had 2 rosters in the open qualifiers, one for their main players, one for streamers. And it seems like this is a team that is gearing up to be some of the best from the Japanese side. As we talked about before, Nico, right? He used to be part of that CAG roster. And if I remember correctly, their coach right now is Remono, a former player, a former DPS player who had a number of open division playoff runs as well as open division top runs within the Japanese scene. So I do feel like we're sleeping on Connect Gaming a little bit. And I would love to put Waka there somewhere in the top parts.
Yeah.
But as we said, we're gonna be talking about things that we know. So apparently, who do you guys want to
Waka
put
is
third?
apparently a 4400
Yeah.
plus flex support
Yeah.
on his Twitter.
Waka is
Waka.
4.4k, and that's the thing about it. You guys should check out the Connect Gaming Twitters because it's so hard to read
Yeah.
Japanese
has
stuff.
it-
But in all honesty, you check their Twitter and everything is there.
Yo, can anyone in chat vouch for Waka? And anyone has met Waka in Asian rank ladder to vouch him in this list? If you can vouch Waka in top 5, we'll put Waka in top 5 right now. Someone can vouch him in. Because right now, like,
I only put him. I put him third in all honesty over
ooh,
Oputo.
really? So,
Yeah.
so you say it's worth taking the risk that Waka's third? Is that
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
hearing?
Yes, sir. Because I honestly feel like this Japanese team that we don't know too much about is being slept on right now. But
What do you guys think?
but if
what do the rest
I
of you
feel
guys
like
think?
it'll be more fair to put him fourth or fifth. In all honesty, like in
I
the
think-
middle.
I think Mango Jai, Zion, Chun Li, Waka, Aputo, and then
Hank.
I don't think Hank should be 6 though.
Yeah,
He's
this is
that
being
bad of a
handling
player.
just
Okay,
as
okay.
I think.
Then where do you guys?
No, no,
think-
no, no, no. But Hank is 6. But then we remember that the
He's
gap between the like the 4th, 5th, 6th position isn't
Is
that
it-
much, you know.
It's very
Is
very
what
tight.
we
In all
see. Yeah,
honesty.
yeah. So I think that's fair ranking. We could just put it in,
Sure.
just slot it in.
So I'd say we put.
Mm.
Well, let's pick this one up. So Chen Li third. If he's from Hong Kong, right, or something.
He's from
That's
Indonesia.
from Indonesia. Who am I thinking?
Yeah.
Is it Hank from Hong Kong?
Hank's
Yeah,
from
Hank
Hong
is
Kong.
from
Yeah,
Hong
Hank's
Kong.
from Hong Kong.
So let's put Apuya fourth, Waka fifth, Hank sixth. Is that fair to everyone?
Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah.
Ray.
Yeah.
Okay, from personal experience, Ray Momo didn't seem like the standout player in Battle Angel when we played them. Someone else in some other position stood out more than him. So for me, he's a hard 8th.
Okay.
And teasers 7.
Yeah. So there
What
you
do
go.
you guys think about it?
Okay.
Okay, you guys have no
Yeah.
problem with this list, right? You
Seems-
good with this, guys?
Looks pretty fair.
Vital, Sachok.
I think people
I
are
have
very
no
high.
idea anybody.
I think people are very high on Chen Li right now, and I understand because he's also very, very active. Waka, in the meantime, I think he's the sleeper pick right now for this off support. And as we wanna talk about Jacob Bird a little bit more, teasers kind of just like he's kind of just there, but I feel that he can go for a surprise. And this is a good segue to talk about Jacob Bird because this is a team that's a little bit not what we expected, right? In terms of the Thai scene, these are not the names we expected per se. They have Headhawk to help them out, which is a very big plus. And I believe that some of them are from the Youngblood roster. Xavier Youngblood from back then. But it feels very interesting. I only recognize here Calbun, Jaco, and TXQ4, in all honesty. And how about you guys? Do you guys know anything about Jacob Bird right now?
Same. That's all
I
I
only
know.
Calvin and Jaco.
I only know Carbon.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we should just focus on the roles first. We should
Yeah.
do the
Yeah,
team
yeah.
stuff later, like the
Yeah.
overall team stuff.
The overall team stuff, because it's a bit
For
hard.
me,
to talk
yeah,
about
it's
team
been like 30 minutes and we're still on Thai support.
Okay, let's
Okay.
let's speak this good. We'll do
yeah.
it snappy, alright? Let's go to main support right next to off support right now, right?
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously
Mid
yours
support.
is here number 1. There
Ah,
you go.
fuck,
Yeah,
man.
you
It ain't me.
Okay.
Fuck, if I give myself, I'll put myself a 7, Ben.
I
A
think
solid 7 right there.
I don't know who's that Quick or whatever his name is.
Cirque?
Cirque.
No, in my highs, if you play Mango Jai, CQB is naturally like the best support you can give
Yeah.
Mango Jai, and together it's like the
Sure.
Yeah.
right
But
up
are we
there.
ranking?
Okay,
are we
my
ranking
my
like individually
my
or
top
No, we're
ranking-
My top three
ranking
right
them.
now has to
Actually,
be
I don't know
CQB,
if CQ
Fearless, and
Fearless.
Ayako. Honestly.
No,
Yeah.
No,
we're ranking them.
I think Overshake is better than
Okay, okay,
Ayako.
okay. Wait.
Honestly.
So
I
so
don't
let's
Overshake's
know.
Lucio mechanic is insane.
I
guys,
don't
let's just
know.
rank them individually. Individually, we keep the
Okay.
team stuff later. Okay,
Okay.
we pick the
I
players
don't know
individually.
Okay,
if,
so this is let's start things off slow, guys. Do you
I
think?
don't know.
Okay, wait.
Yes, Sachak, you're saying?
What are you saying,
I
Satchel?
don't know if CQB is first because I kind of saw him in rank and he
Ah,
wasn't
yeah, yeah.
doing
Actually,
well.
no, that's a good point.
But
That's a good
I
point.
think
That's a
he
good
knows.
point,
I think
Satchel.
he knows.
Because
I
I
think
was
he just
about to
played.
ask. Oh, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah, I think he just played the game again for the money. I don't think he grinded.
Oh,
I don't think he's been
make,
Wait,
grinding.
who?
good point. Good
Who?
point. CQB,
CQB.
CQB.
I know
CQB, okay.
Fearless has been grinding like every day.
Yeah,
for
if
very
Fearless is
long.
grinding every day, Fearless could instantly be first up there, you
Yeah.
know, because we've
Yeah.
seen what
Yeah.
Fearless can do at peak.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
Yeah,
peak,
and
Fearless is
honestly, like,
actually pretty
from
respectable.
the start of like the scrims and to now, I think Fearless improved a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
think Fearless can be one.
Okay, guys.
Damn.
This was my question actually. Do you guys think without Mango Jai, CQB can stand on his own? And it seems like the answer here is no. And I
Yeah.
would agree putting Fearless number one because as you guys say, he's been grinding like
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
He's
but-
always scary. Mm-hmm.
And CQB is a definite second.
Yeah,
so-
CQB is a definite second. Like no matter
Yeah.
what he is, CQB has the experience
Then
that
I think
upholds
hot
everyone
take
else. And
Overshake third.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
wait, what about Ayako?
I think for me Savior is third. in
But
this
but
list.
Savior
No,
is
Savior is not
no,
starting.
Saviour's the start.
We
Saviour's the
don't
seventh
talk
man.
about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
subs.
but
the,
let's talk
the
about
people
seventh
here
man.
are just the part of their roster, but we're not gonna be ranking them because they're the subs.
I
Uh,
watched a bit of like the qualifier match and Overshake literally really hard carried Baba, and his Lucio mechanics are like probably better than CQBs and Fearless, but just CQBs are just better experience wise. But Overshake's Lucio mechanics is really insane.
But I think
Overshake
we
is
also have to bring back the discussion about is Lucio going to be played in
Yeah,
every
yeah,
map
that's
right
right.
now?
Yeah. I
If
mean,
that's
we-
true, then you can.
There will be leaks. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just saying. Yeah, okay. I mean,
if you're
not
I
playing
mean, but
contenders,
personal
like,
speculation.
Sasha, you say first. Sasha, go ahead.
if you're playing on contenders level, there's no way you can one trick.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
yeah.
We know the popular meta now, right now across all contenders region and on Korean ladder is Mercy, Ana,
Mercy,
Zen. Those are
Zen.
the three heroes being played primarily.
Then
No leaks there.
probably-
Everyone knows it if you
yeah,
play
then
ladder.
probably Ayako
Yeah.
will be third.
I
then.
think Ayako is third because he
Because
plays
Ayako
hard
also
one
grind-
tricks Mercy.
yeah, and Ayako grinding a lot also.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hmm.
I agree. I really put Ayako there. I think Ayako is the star kinda in the Jaeger squadron.
Of
He-
Jaeger's team.
Yeah,
yes,
he's
for sure.
been very very passionate. He's been grinding. I see him be negative about a few things here and there, but he doesn't stop the grind. He's always going to KR ladder. He's always trying to prove himself, and I completely agree. We should put in number 3 because of his
Yeah, okay.
experience, because his grind. And I like the hot take there, but yeah, that's a good question. Are we gonna see a lot of Lucio by October? What is the meta gonna be in the first place? And if Overshake is gonna be a good Lucio player, sure, but can he
Mm.
actually pick up everything else? And I feel like our top 3 are a lot more flexible in that aspect.
Right. That's for sure.
So
Yeah.
give us a hot take on Overshake's like other characters, you know, RXs. But what do you think
Overshake-
Overshake is?
Overshake
Yeah.
is like, I think his Zen is also really mechanically good, but that's not really his role in the team. But I think generally the rest are okay, but his Lucio is definitely by far
Yeah,
his
I think
best.
Lucio is way much like
Yeah,
almost like half a tier above all his other
Yeah,
heroes
yeah.
in main
Mm.
support.
and his Lucio is
Cast, yeah.
definitely better mechanically wise than the rest.
Almost everyone
Yeah.
in main support slot.
Yeah.
So if Lucio's being
He's
played,
only
you can
being
put him
dragged
on
down by
one
his other
immediately.
heroes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Okay.
Alright then. We give Overshake the fourth.
And
Alright,
Overshake the
everyone.
fourth? Does
Yeah.
anyone
Probably
want to
better
contest
than
that?
everyone.
Especially a certain Yuri's over there.
Nah man, we let the guys decide where I sit. Alright.
Okay,
I mean, Overshake is Korean too. He's probably better than.
Wait, is
everyone.
Overshake actually Korean?
Yeah.
He's Korean, but he's Singapore PR.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
it's like
So
so it's like the
no, no,
book. He's like a bootleg import Korean.
yeah, he's like a bootleg,
It's a
but he's
bootleg import,
actually
eh?
Ego.
Okay.
He's not like.
Alright, okay, let's look at Neko Made Crazy, TXQ, and me. Alright.
Okay.
I have no idea who Neko Made and
Wait,
TXQ.
I think I know Neko mid,
Okay.
but it's like I don't know how good he is.
What does that even mean, Vital?
What does that
Like,
tell
I-
us, Vital?
Like I dude, I don't know anyone here. I only heard like some names before.
Say right now, if any of these guys grind main support, they're probably higher peak main support than me. No cap, hard no cap. My main support peak is pretty fucking weak, man.
They didn't drunk on this flame.
Yeah, I
Main
just fucking
support-
flame, dude.
Okay, so this is my question, Yuri's. Why are you main support for your team?
I play mid support because we tried to build the roster, filling up slots of like the core of the roster that we want to see, and we try to fit the pieces. Like I was the flexible piece, and like I think Vital was the other one that we will decide where we want to go depending on who we picked up. And we just found out that it was just better for me to be on main support, saving up the slot for someone else, because we had Lethal, Vital, and that was a good package that we both agreed initially when we draw the roster together.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Twitter here for side of Nekomade, and apparently 4.367. Not too bad. Not too bad there. Season high on main support. So really goes to show that these guys are always there in the higher rankings, and I think that that is enough for me to put them in the middle of the pack. Like, we don't know too much about Connect Gaming, but it seems like these guys are hungry in the ladder a lot. And we
Oh.
all know that the Japanese teams are kind of grindy in nature. So would it be too much to put Nekomade on fifth?
Nah, I think Neko made as fifth makes sense. Then like realistically speaking, I don't see how a Thai player and no offense, a Thai player and a
Okay,
Chinese
fine.
player randomly a Taiwanese player is gonna beat
Okay,
people that actually grind in the region.
so
I don't know.
Nekomate, Yuris, and then whatever. I
Okay,
don't
okay.
really
Like,
care.
so Nekomade,
Capture codes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yuri's, I'd put T.
I don't think there's no point discussing so much.
Yeah,
of
like the
Yeah.
7 and 8 is
Up-
like we'll give the 7 and 8
I'll
up,
put
you know?
TXU4 above CR2 because looking at the roster, it's very interesting. We have CR2
Yeah.
here,
Mm.
who is a Lucian main, and G-Jeg here is a Moira player for some weird reason. So this is gonna be, it's interesting how Battle Angel is kind of set up in a way because they have two distinct main supports, and if you have a flexible piece like that, I think it kind of means something that
Yeah.
that's a part of your roster where you're looking to be a little bit shaky per se.
Okay, if
let's-
they if
Mhm.
they have a Lucio and a Moira player, I think we might put them a bit higher. I don't know, like individually though. I don't know.
True.
I don't
Let's
think there's no point talking
yeah,
so
let's
much
let's
because
just let's
we
just wrap it up.
this
Yeah,
is all
let's
preseason,
wrap it up.
so
Okay,
there's no
Yeah,
much
yeah.
rambling so
let's
much.
let's move on to a slightly more interesting role. I think let's look at Hitscan. All right, let's
Hitscan
look at
DPS?
Hitscan.
Okay. So,
All right.
Why am I
Ooh.
flex DPS?
who's
Are you Hitscan?
Hitscan?
Are you
We are
flex?
both hit scans.
Yeah, then
Just whatever.
which role do you want? Which role do you
We
want?
we play both. We play
Okay,
both.
okay, no, we'll keep
Yeah.
Lethal
No,
there.
we'll
because-
just keep it like
Yeah,
this.
okay,
We'll just
okay.
keep it like
Actually,
this.
this is my point. This is the big one. Okay, guys, we all know Lethal is an amazing player, prodigy, basically hailing in the EU side of contenders, and I've seen his team play before. He's very, very vital to the team, that's for sure. And my question here to the Watermelon Waddlers is, where the hell is this guy gonna be playing from? Because we are gonna be
Oh,
playing in
okay.
Asia region servers, and
This
if-
guy's playing from Dubai, man.
From
if you-
Dubai.
if
Playing
that's
from
what you're
Dubai.
wondering,
so what's
yeah.
what's the ping there? What's the ping from
By the
there?
way, I'm
Uh,
pretty sure Jayco and XRS are flipped.
It's
There's
less
no way
less than
Jayco
a
is Hitscan.
less than
Ah.
100.
Yeah, he's just less than 100. So let's flip Jayco and XRS. I think an hit scan. I think Lito is the bar to beat right now for me
Yeah, for
in
me.
terms of accomplishment so far this
Yeah.
season. Yeah, everyone else has tried to top Lito. to one
He gets
another.
better ping to Korea than me.
That's I have him at the top, that's for sure. But that's my concern.
Sure.
The matter of
think-
latency, is it gonna be a big deal or is it not?
My top will be, but he's in sub. My top will be Jumo
Oh,
or-
Jumo.
Jumo?
because
Yeah,
I think of all, if you're looking just not team play and just mechanics and like power ranking, right?
yeah.
Jumo is the only person here that grinded solo
No,
queue to 4.5k in Korea, which is
But
Ah,
Lito,
defeat.
yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
actually
That's-
yeah.
he's actually pretty known. No,
But-
Lyrex is still the
yeah.
hits can play for.
Yeah, but Lyrax is Hitscan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jumo
okay.
has
But
NS, so
Jumo is
he can't play.
Yeah, Jumo is
Yeah.
actually like quite known in the, even some Kira contenders players knows him. Just
But no
off
cap.
rank.
Yeah, if Jumo wasn't tied down by NS right now, he would definitely be the top.
Okay, that's a really fair point. So,
So
go ahead.
so the
Yours.
difference what's the difference between Leorex and Lito then in your opinion, Sachok? Because Lito is 4-7 peak. Yeah, on ladder. What's Rex? What does Rex have on Lito?
But I would say I think Rex is better because I don't think Rex play ranks properly. He likes to fuck around.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
honestly
I don't know
that's a good take because Satchel and Rax have had
Oh.
a history together. That's for sure.
No, but for real though, like unbiased. Cause I would even play my own teammates, but
Yeah.
like if I look at the big picture, I think Rex ages a bit.
Okay, so I think first and second for Hitscan DPS is extremely fucking hard. We just give it to Lito Rex. Lito and Rex. Like we
Okay.
both know that they're interchangeable first and second place.
Interesting that you'll put
Agree?
Rax over
Look
Blue.
at this
What do you
team.
guys think about that
No,
one?
I think
Ooh.
blue is washed.
No, I think
Okay.
Blue's hella
like-
washed, man.
Okay,
Not gonna
Blue is
lie,
like-
bro.
Thank-
Boomer is
thanks
like
for the
a
right
boomer is hella
comics.
washed.
Okay.
I think Xeno is better than blue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
let's
fine.
move
That's
it,
fair.
people.
Fair takes right
Oh,
there.
Lito,
Lito
Rex,
one.
Xeno,
You know,
and
two.
Leo
Then
Leo Rex.
Blue.
Like Leo Rex and Lito are interchangeable, right? We'll just give them that. I think
Okay.
Xeno comes, like
The
Yeah,
I won't say a close third, but Xeno sits comfortably at a
I
third.
think
Blue.
Sino coming
Yeah.
back has been something great, and you know it's gonna be a kind of twin pillar system between Ayako and Sino. Like some of the greats really back all the way 2016, 2017
Mhm.
SG scene. But my question to you guys, especially since you come from the SG scene, how much has Sino worked for to get back into the game?
I-
let me tell you, just look at his Twitter feed.
Yeah, just
and
look
it's
at his Twitter.
really
He-
apparent how hard
He's
he's
calling
working
out
for it.
Korean ladder
Yeah.
every day, man.
Okay, okay,
Hands
that's good
on the
enough for me.
grind.
That's good enough for me. So Sino third. So who's fourth
Blue.
now?
Blue.
Oh, Blue. Blue.
I think Blue
Yeah.
maybe.
I think
Purely based on
uh,
experience, blue.
I would put, if you putting just based on aim more to mechanics, right? Power, right? I'll put Sugio Mix. I think
Yeah.
that
Oh,
guy.
true.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
true,
then
true.
it makes sense
That's
if
a-
you want to
The
talk about
problem
him.
is Sukuyo Mix can only play 2
Yeah.
heroes
Yeah.
every
I think
match.
Sugio Mix just didn't join a
I
proper
think
team.
I think
ever,
Ancient
and
is actually
like
pretty good as well.
Yeah,
Wait, yeah, who is Ancient and Mihawk? Anyone knows who Ancient Mihawk
We
is?
scrimmed them. He plays Widow.
He plays Widow.
Yeah.
Can
He's
okay,
Okay, I've
so
seen
let's
the-
agree that
decent.
the hit scan basis is that we're talking about Widow, Ash right now, Widow, Ash, and a bit of Kree, alright? We'll look at this tree where we
Yeah.
rank hit scan characters, like hit scan
Okay.
players.
How about
Yeah.
Kovacs?
Fuck off, dude. You play Kovacs in the list,
Okay,
and you're
okay,
pretty bad.
okay. Like I've seen Mihawk play as well. His Widow is pretty nutty, but it feels like the people we have left here have a lot of raw aim, but kind of in terms of game sense, I think is where it can change a little bit. I've seen Chikuyamix play for quite a while already, and he has some really great mechanics. But sometimes he's like, why are you there, bro? Why are you there? You know, those are really that's a really fair point, because as a Hitscan DPS, not only do you need to hit your shots, but you need to survive, because this isn't Valorant. If you go, you're not gonna go for a 1v1 duel. There's a freaking monkey in your face, and you know you can't just headshot him and run away. It's not the same thing. So in terms of game sense, I think is where the rest of our rankings here need to be formulated on. And I think
that's
Blue,
where the game
Basically,
sense comes.
What
Yeah.
you're saying is blue fourth. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
I think for-
I think Blue 4, then
Suku.
is Suku really Suku 5? Anyone? Touch what do you think about Suku 5, Sachok?
Put him fourth actually.
Oh, you put him 4. Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay.
because sometimes if you really talk about power ranking, like sometimes you can't, because I think Sugio Mix haven't joined a proper team and didn't get proper coaching before. I
But
think he's-
individually, you think he's better than Blue,
yeah,
without
I
a
think
doubt.
he can be pretty cracked.
Yeah.
That'd be
Okay,
pretty
let's
crap.
let's give Suku the 4th, alright? Let's give
Okay,
Suku
sure,
4th. Let's
sure,
give
sure.
Blue 5.
Yeah.
Ancient Mihawk XRS. I played against Ancient. Ancient's Widow is fairly decent. We'll give some of this hit scan players a tie. But other than that, I don't think he's gonna any other character other than his Widow.
I'd put Mihawk at 6.
Yeah,
sure.
Mihawk's.
And then
Without Asian XRS.
Ancient
Yeah, yeah, Mihawk and Ancient XRS. I think that's it. That's it
Sure.
for this, man. Yeah, let's look at Flex DPS then while we're on this.
Okay, here we go. So other side of the coin, gonna be interesting. So
Soggy first.
Soggy
Ooh,
first.
man.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think Soggy
This
Okay, guys.
Soggy's a crackhead on the junk.
Guys,
I don't want to
wait,
play
wait,
Soggy on
wait.
junk any day.
Let's slow it down.
That's
Soggy
it.
guys, if you don't remember, he is playing in Mind Freak, right? And the AU side, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
if you watch Mind Freak, they're just trolling.
Like,
Containers.
Mike
Really
Frick
not.
control the games and Soggy would still hard carry
Yeah.
them
yeah,
on junk.
I
That's
I
just
see
how
him do
crack
it.
he is.
I see him do it all the time on Lijiang. It's like, okay, those grenades are gonna hit them all the freaking time. It's ridiculous how Soggy can play that chunk rat. And we have our own, we have our own rats in the server, and I don't disagree whatsoever. It is Soggy number 1, and it feels like the people with the out of region contenders experience really show up. We have Lethal, we have Soggy there on DPS. They play against some of the best in other regions, and they can dominate no matter what. So it feels that they do deserve that top spot.
I think for second, third, fourth, it's gonna be like, I don't think any of the second, third, fourth are close to what Soggy has in terms of flexibility. So we just have to just address that first, put it out there,
But I think one is also good. So
Think
Yeah.
yeah. 1 second.
I think one is pretty cracked.
I think
Yeah,
one-
one is
one
one is
second.
good.
Yeah.
Does anyone
One
disagree
is
with
a
that?
solid player.
I feel like one is a pretty scary player given the right hands.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he-
yeah.
he's able
That's
to
for
show
sure.
up out of nowhere, and what happens in some of their the older games of Nova MS and Nova Esports is one does the damage, then blue just cleans up because he's like, oh, I'm here, I'm just gonna pew, 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 and then they're all dead. It's all good. So he's kind of low key, but at the same time, everyone knows who he is. Everyone knows how to rely on his with V, and he can be second. So now third place is gonna be interesting because I can see some pretty good contenders there. First things first, Nico, he used to be part of that CAG squadron all the
Yep.
way back when. It's interesting to see Jaco as well. You know, his name is Jacob Bird, so it has to mean something, right? And it feels like we're sleeping on a little bit on the Jacob Bird squadron. They have to be great on something. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the roles of Flex DPS and Off Tank. And of course, we have a interesting trio below him: Vital, Sander, and Rib. These guys are very hot in the scene for many different reasons, that's for sure. Very a lot of things they say should never be said ever again. That's for sure. But in terms of raw talent, they have gotten better and better. I've seen where they started from hard stack diamond to making it to better and better regions, and I'm very proud to say that they've at least made it to the higher echelon here in the region. No matter the character is, no matter what, they've still grinded. They've still gone through the hate and everything, and at least they're
Yeah.
still here, right?
But like I think Chad makes a good point. Nico is second, like Rip saying
Yeah.
Nico is second because it's a tracer crackhead. I think I agree
Yeah,
with that.
I've seen
I've
his
seen
tracer.
Nico at his peak. Nico's tracer back in like the CAG days hard carry them
Yeah.
for like. If you look at his Wikipedia, his last 4 tournaments, if I believe so, were just first places.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No
Oh.
But I
contest
think,
first place.
but I think we're ranked by Flex DPS. I
Mhm.
think
Yeah,
one is
flex. So that's why I
better.
say like Nico is a one trick tracer. So like it's
Yeah,
up to you guys.
I see.
It's all
Is
the
that
info I
enough?
have on him.
Is that enough? Because well,
Yeah.
I've seen like okay, Vital. Since you're here, what do you usually play on the Flex DPS role then?
I literally play Widowmaker.
Okay, interesting. I see that also because Standard is also pretty nutty hit scan as well. I've seen Rip
Mm.
play a lot of different things also. So is the flexibility of some of these guys or the second hit scan option enough to offset what Nico can do on a single hero?
You know what? I think Rib's a fairly interesting character. Rib actually brings to the table Doomfist, which like none
Yeah?
of these
Yeah.
other guys primarily play. You know, I've seen a bit
Nice.
of Rib's Doomfist. I think is interesting,
Yes,
Yeah.
and he can play a bit of the Hanzo as well. So like, there's a
Sander
bit of
can
flexibility
kind
in
of play
terms
the
of like pick
Doomfist, and it's
dynamic.
okay. But Rib has gotten the ISO play a lot better compared to everyone
Yeah.
else. He can just come out of nowhere and surprise you just
Mhm.
like that.
I
So,
mean, yeah, I've seen Rib in the good old days with some of the Diag. You know, I don't know if he still plays a lot of Doom these days, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he says doesn't play Doom anymore.
yeah. Oh, he says he doesn't. Oh shit, man.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
and
guess
Doom
you
is
can
the
still play
meta.
Doom. Yeah. I don't know.
Mhm.
I think still though Nico has
Mhm.
proved enough to be third.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's give
Yeah.
Nico that, alright?
Yeah.
Then what about Jaco? Jaco's the star of the show, his
Yeah,
team. They
Jaco.
literally call his team
Maybe
him.
go fourth then.
Jaco 4, yeah, Jaco 4, then I think Vita Rib, then Zenda Mashu. It's it for me. What do you guys think?
I think Xander is better than Rip.
Zenda is better
This
than
is
Rib?
this is a debate.
Ooh.
This is a
Mm.
debate
Oh,
that's
okay.
always been
I don't know.
questioned.
I
Honestly,
think
it's a toss
I
up.
think I think Rib is better than Xander though.
Rib is better than. Okay, so what's
I
the vote
think
here?
on projectiles like the Genjis and the Pharahs.
Yeah, we look at the
Rip is
current
better.
meta. We look at
Yeah,
Genji.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
look
but those
at
aren't. But Genji and
yeah.
Pharah aren't really meta, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it's
Mm,
Flex DPS is to play
Mm.
Tracer a lot.
Yeah,
right?
Genji, Tracer,
Tracer,
Sombra.
Mei,
I think
Mei.
Tracer
Yeah.
on hit scan, Xander's better, but
Right.
on projectile rate.
Do you,
is
but do you
better.
have to take in account that they also play hit scan to be in flex
Mm.
DPS spot? If you
Yeah.
put that in perspective, yeah, I would say Sender is better because you
Yeah.
can play both hit scan and flex
Yeah,
DPS.
I mean, it becomes
Alright,
even more
So it's a real
flexible.
flex, right?
Yeah, real.
Yep. Zenda then. Let's just give Zenda the slot.
Vital,
Yeah.
Sander,
Zenda.
Rib, and Masu.
Yeah.
I feel like
Zenda.
we're doing Battle Angel a little dirty, guys. Always.
I
doing
mean,
the-
like, guys,
I just don't know them.
Yeah.
It's not
we
like
don't know them.
rank them.
Realistically,
How
man.
Yeah.
can we
Realistically.
rank them if we don't
We
know
don't
them?
know them.
right?
All right.
Yeah.
I think
Let's-
we're just trying to
mm.
slot them in wherever
Let's
we
let's
feel
let's
like
go
it.
to this.
Oh,
Let's
it
just
is
go
good.
to main
Go
tank.
to-
Then we'll end it off in the off tank. I think we all know a lot of this off tank guys, right? So off tank's gonna be a spicy topic for us. We'll close it off on off tank and then move on to team right afterwards. So
I
let's talk
think
about main
Octang
tank.
has a lot of good players.
Yeah, let's talk about main tank now first, alright?
Yeah, and wait, just give me a sec before that. Everyone's just talking about Sander versus Rib. It's always been a 1v1, guys. It's always been a rivalry per se that these two guys have been trying to one up another. No cap. So it's really hard to rank them above, but it feels like since one of them can play the other role also, that's just a little bit of the edge. But it is just a toss up right there. And we are gonna link something. Go ahead and just tag me if it's something to
I think
check
I
out.
think they're
But yeah.
both great players.
I think they're both
anyways,
good players. I
so,
think they've both proven, no matter the character, that they can really put up a good fight against anyone else. So with that in mind, again, guys, if you need anything from us, just hit the tag on to DaxPH, and I'll check out whatever you guys are linking. It's always going to be on another browser anyway, so it won't get rid of the Excel sheet. But where are we? We're going over to main
Yeah,
tank
let's go.
next.
Let's go to the main thing. I think there's a few interesting narratives, man, in main
I think
tank.
the biggest narrative is there
Yeah.
is barely any main tank players here.
Nah,
Honestly.
man, you missed out the one in front of you. The tank tension. Sachok, Xenofly both play for Team Singapore. There's got to be some kind of tension there, you know. Both play for the same team,
Yes.
alongside each other, man, and not against each other.
It's interesting. How about
I think we asked
No
Satchel.
Yeah,
comment.
Sachok, you've been the main
Who's
tank
better?
mainstay for such a long time in SCA, and do you think anyone here can stand toe to toe against you?
I would rank Nexus, Bata, me.
Wait, this is not the Japanese Bata. This is a
Yeah,
Chinese
that's a
Bata.
different
Yeah,
Bata.
just to make sure.
He's
You think it's a Japanese?
He's a ball
Yeah, this is not
player.
Bata. This is not the this some ball one trick.
Oh.
Not the actual Bata Bata. The actual
Ball one
Bata is
trick.
still using his 3G connection from the mountains of Japan somewhere. Play
Oh my
Overwatch.
goodness.
Different Bata.
Oh, I thought it was a Japanese Bata.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Xenofly is already contesting his main tank slot, Mr. Yuri. What can you say about that?
Nah, man is just stuck on the shittiest tank right now. Main tank. Not even the fun tanks like the off tanks.
That's a.
Alright. Yeah, so I think it's fair. I think it's fair we give Sachok first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really.
Sachok sits on top of the rest.
I really, I'm
Mm.
seeing
Yes.
Nexus maybe. It's like-
Nexus really?
it's a very squiggly maybe. It's like Sachok.
Nexus
Like
is
I'm just trying to make
kinda-
debate here, but it feels like Sachok has just been there forever, and it really proves something,
Yeah.
right?
But
Mhm.
even in contenders, last time I still think Sachok is better than Nexus. though.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't deny that Nexus kind of got soft carried by his team. You got a stacked as roster to carry him, man. Through his days of like Nova and LOD, especially on Monster Show as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this is my first time meeting Satchok, and he has a scary voice. I'm gonna put him on number one.
Hey, if you see him in real life, he's like, I'm very imposing. It's proper that he's a main tank. It's the best shit,
Whoa.
honestly. I love it.
So Sachok's the guy in the meme where he says that you know the memes that like I'll let you pass if you give me a good meme. You know the guy at the door? That's Sachok. He's guarding the door to main tank. Everyone has
my
to show
word.
him, where it passes
He's
through.
an IRL tank, guys, and that's no ripped on him. It's really just his statins cool. So okay, number one, Sachok. So who's number two?
Nexus.
Who's number two?
Nexus?
Simply because he's the only
Yeah.
other guy that actually plays main tank.
Yeah, like
True.
Yeah.
True,
Actually,
true.
maybe KSG plays main
True.
tank. I don't know.
Let me
but
check.
Fuck it,
Let me
guys.
check on.
I'm gonna
KSG
put it out
first.
there, right? On top of that, I think I'll put Bata the 10th place. He's a ball one trick. We don't need no ball one tricks in the Ace tournament, alright? Fuck ball one tricks.
Okay, before
That's my
before
take on it.
that though, I'm looking at KSG. 4486 tank peak, plays a lot of Winston, plays a lot of dive. I think this is gonna be
sure.
a pretty scary tank. Not gonna lie, I'd put him maybe even number 2 over Nexus if you guys would make.
But
a
I
hot
don't
take
even
on
know
that.
who the hell is KSG.
Japan always has these amazing
I
players,
still
but
put Nexus second.
Yeah, still put Nexus
Nexus.
second.
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
If you
But
wanna put-
apparently Plankton in chat is vouching for KSG, says man's on crack.
yeah, it's on crack.
I think
Yeah.
for main tank, I think experience is really important.
Yeah, I think experience.
especially in higher tiers. The more experience you have, the better you will play at higher tiers. It doesn't matter like
Sure.
Yeah.
SR matters, but
So
if you're playing in a team environment, experience matters so
yeah,
much.
and-
Then wouldn't by default looking at this list,
but
it would either
who's-
go to
yeah.
Thomas or Xenonix because of tank
Who's
experience.
Ainzo
Even though
though.
Enzo.
Enzo
I
an
would-
actual main tank player, or is he just another one?
Luceria
of
is
those
Luminous,
people?
right?
Yeah, Osera
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Luminous.
yeah,
Luminous
yeah.
on the
Oh,
side.
I would still put
Those-
KSG though on number 3 because it feels like we're
Yeah, yeah,
the-
KSG
Yeah,
number
the
three,
rank-
but
the
what-
rank
what
is-
is
Yeah.
after that?
on number
Yeah, what is
4.
after that?
Cause
put-
okay, we'll all put Bata at number 8. So okay, look, let me just check the roster again. Battle Angels side, Sigma, R3K here plays Sigma, and then Bata plays Ball.
Mm.
That's interesting. Again, Battle Angel
Yeah, that's
has
a bit-
interesting subs. It feels like they're trying to fill holes that they kind of have. So hopefully
Yeah.
we'll see a good showing from them. And,
Dude,
and
you
it'll
you know
prove
what?
something.
You know what Battle Angels feels like? It feels like the budget avoided, avoided SEA, man.
How did the
Sigma
avoid
ball.
budget avoided SCA, but
They got
avoided
the
SCA, the actual avoided
Ah,
SCA
yeah, true.
team didn't even make it
I
in.
think avoided the real
Oh.
avoided SE was referring to the fact that they were avoided as players, not avoided as in like the way they played the
Oh
game. You know?
yeah.
Different kind of different thing there. Yeah,
Okay,
but
my
you know,
man drags IFK on the Aura
okay. So
suit.
what do you guys think? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Let's make this really fast, alright? I think Thomas has experience on main tech, right? Thomas, that's
No,
for sure.
dude, let me. Thomas
Uh,
literally picked up main tank.
I'll put
Oh,
Luminous for
yeah.
Luminous. Okay,
Yeah.
Luminous 4th doesn't seem
Thomas
better.
literally picked up main tank 4 days before the tournament.
Osera is Luminous in case chat does not know who Osera is, alright?
Yeah.
Osera is 4th. Then I think Xeno seats 5th, and
Yeah.
because
I
Xeno's
think
got
Yeah,
the
yeah. I think
experience.
Xenofly, yeah.
Xeno then Thomas.
Hmm.
So do we know? Does anyone know anything about Einzo? Real quick.
Uh,
Okay, let me check very quickly because
Mm,
I'll
it
leave.
doesn't-
Let me leave
yeah,
you
let's
guys a
look at his
question.
Wikipedia.
Let me leave you guys a question though. Why are we seeing these people pick up main tank suddenly? What's been going on with that role?
I think
Because
there's a
main
lack
tank
of
is
Tank
main
dead
die.
in
Okay, yeah,
Prestige
yes,
Road.
I know it's dead. Explain to the chat. Come on. While I'm busy looking for this guy.
They made main tank unfun, and if you were playing main tank before this, it was Orisa, and every main tank that played didn't want to play. And this meta, main tanks are basically meat shields. They literally don't get to swing the hammers or anything. Just go in and die. They sack their lives. Yeah, that's why you don't see main
Sure.
tank players a lot now.
Okay, so I found Einzo's profile. He did reach Grandmaster, but it's within the like at the cusp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Enzo was actually a DPS player. Alright, fun
Yeah,
fact,
yeah,
guys.
he's a old,
Quick
he's
tip.
What?
old
Okay, then we're not
DPS
Enzo is
player.
actually a
ranking him- we're not
DPS player
ranking him
from
fifth
Lightning
then.
Boost.
Yeah.
7 HIV 7, man. No,
Yeah,
no
who the
way
hell-
this guy
what-
gets
Okay,
alright.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
I found it. I found it. There you go.
Xenofly
See?
Thomas.
Yeah,
and
Xenoflight
Joe.
and Thomas, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Off tank now, off tank now.
I did. You guys should have seen it. I looked it up. Battle Boost literally says Enzo DPS first line.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Fucking-
Now we're off to the
Really?
interesting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, now we're off to the interesting one. After this bunch of crackheads in here, we've got Plankton, Crazy Ass, Ask, Jenga,
I think
Kelban,
Crazy
Step,
Ass-
Unknown, and
Crazy
Helios.
Ass is probably playing Valorant 24/7.
Yep,
Yep.
Crazy Ass is
Probably
definitely playing
good.
Valorant
And
24/7.
Plankton is still grinding the game.
Yeah.
so
I think Plankton is really good.
Okay.
No.
Wait, guys. Wait. Those are two very big mainstays. We can see though that the focus is a little different. But speaking of focus, I gotta put up Step
Yeah, I
and
think Step.
Calban.
Step is
Those
better
two.
than
Yeah.
Crazy Ass, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Hmm.
go, Yuri's. Go make a
Like,
statement.
I think Step. Okay, let's talk about contenders experience. I think Step has a little bit more extensive contender experience compared to Plankton. Step recently played in CNOC under RSG.
But
Yeah,
believe that's what
RSG
they
and
call it now.
STG.
Top
Yeah, STG.
contenders. Though.
But it's still relevant contender
yeah, and
experience.
yes,
You see.
World
It
Cup
is
if
still
there's
active.
anything to go.
Yeah. Like, I know my man Plankton. I've duel with Plankton once in a while, kind of shit. But I still gotta give it to Step. I think Step's better than
I
Plankton.
think
on my
I've
list.
seen
What do you-
Step also take so many different opportunities and really go a long way with it. He played in Contenders China, right? Yeah.
Yep,
he
Contenders
played-
China.
and he played in the World Cup, which even though it doesn't really mean anything, it's still something. Because that Hong Kong team was kind of scary, in all honesty, no matter what. And Step was a very big part of it. So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, Dax, the Discord is it's on your DMs.
Sorry about
the
that. Yeah, I'm looking
the
at
Discord scene.
I'm looking at the
Yeah.
sorry about that. I'm looking
London,
at
yeah.
the
Okay,
roster.
so right now Step first, Plankton second, Crazy third. I don't think Crazy deserves top. Let's be real. I think if Crazy has really been playing Val, it really affects your off tank. If you're an off tank player that don't play ladder, it shows a lot. You know.
Yeah,
Detrimental.
But he's third though.
How about Helios? Helios was a fourth. Helios was a high rank, like 4-3 maybe. Was it?
4-3.
You guys are sleeping on-
Helios,
I think you guys are
Kelban had
sleep-
both experience.
I think you guys
Kelban
sleep
make it to
Calban.
playoffs and OD before as well, didn't he?
I think Unknown is better than Calban though.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Hot
I
takes.
think Unknown Sigma is better than
Mm.
Calban's.
Okay, so let's rank it first. Step.
Okay. Step,
Plankton.
Okay.
How about Helios? Helios compared to Unknown. What's your take on it? What you guys think?
I think they're even.
Helios and Unknown are even. Okay. Do any of them play ball by any means? Do any of these crackheads
Yeah,
go
and
ball?
don't forget,
You
guys.
have such
Again,
hate
guys,
for ball
guys,
play, huh? Don't you?
guys, you guys are
Fucking
sleeping
hate
on Connect
ball,
Gaming
bro.
again. We're getting a vouch 4.5k KR ask Connect Gaming, bro. These guys are scary. Like it
Wait,
feels like we're
wait,
just
what?
no. I feel like we're only sleeping on them because we can't understand Japanese. Because this is a really
Sure.
strong team. In all
Because
honesty.
Plankton says us is better
Us
than
better
him.
than me?
Ooh.
Alright, that's a big vouch in
Okay,
there.
okay. I'll
Right.
put ass number 3 then. If
Yeah,
Plankton's
us
watching,
3? Yeah,
but I've
yeah.
seen Plankton play a lot more, and I can confidently say he is in the top of the game. In all honesty, so I'll put Ask number
Yeah.
3.
Ask
and-
Creed, I think Healers sits fourth in my books.
Yeah.
Sure.
Healers?
you-
Yeah.
like
Then
Think Healers is better
Crazes,
than
yeah. Yeah, I think Helios then Crazes, alright. You still can't count Crazes because of his past experience playing the game. It brings about
Okay.
like the ideas, you know,
Helios,
off tank.
Crazes.
Then unknown.
I-
Kelvin.
I-
Yenga.
Okay, I think the debate here is it Calvin or is it unknown for 6?
Oh man, it's hard, man. I've seen Calvin more than unknown.
Kabun
Ooh,
8 lah.
Calvin Eva.
Craziest, craziest.
I think unknown has been grinding a lot
Yeah,
recently, and
I-
Calvin like left Overwatch for a bit, Valorant, and then
Yeah,
came back.
maybe
Yeah.
that's a factor because I'd put them in the same thing. But
And a
I've
lot
seen
of-
unknown grind a lot more recent over
Yeah.
Calvin.
Alright, then
Yeah.
unknown Calvin Jenga then.
Okay, so we
I hate to say it, man, Battle Angels. You're not looking too good after this power rankings.
And
I mean, that's only that's
Okay,
literally because
dude.
we don't know any of the players.
It's
yeah,
true,
I mean,
true,
yeah, but the thing is, we get so many vouchers about Connect Gaming. That's the thing. We don't know too much about Connect Gaming. We get a few vouchers here and there for Jacob Bird, but I don't think I've seen anyone in the chat vouch for Battle Angel at all. Not gonna lie.
Ooh.
man.
Like-
Okay, then let's look at teams of overall. Alright. We've seen how individually these players fare up against the other counterparts. Let's move on to the teams, alright? You guys, if you guys know who the coaches are, you guys want to bring it in, and you think it makes a difference in terms of ranking the team, come in and
Are we
come
not
on in
ranking
and
Okay,
like
subs?
raise
okay.
them up.
How about
No, subs is a bit too hard.
subs
Subs will take too much of
Yeah.
the time.
It's okay. I
Sure.
want to start things off. My hot take is I think Abang is here too, because I always do have a high expectation of Taiwanese teams no matter what. They're always in the region for a reason. They're always looking to play in the highest levels of play
Sure.
for a region, and this A-Bang roster is just a full circle approach. Now, I understand the points that these guys have left. These guys are playing Valorant, not the like, but especially have your support
Sure.
tandem still there between Mangujai and
Sure.
CQB. It's so scary. They're still gonna be scary, and they were always within a consistent effort in contenders over the years, the
Okay.
long amount of years they were together. So I
Wouldn't
would say
that wouldn't
A-Bang's
then that
number
make A-Bang the line for everyone to beat or be under?
kinda.
Because they're still a good roster, don't get me wrong. They're
Sure.
just not consistently playing the game compared to the rest of the rosters that are in
Yeah.
here. Yeah. So for me, A-Bang 6 maybe like a fourth. I think A-Bang 6 fourth, and
That's
that'll make sense for me.
pretty
I mean, we
low.
can
A-Bang's
see like
low.
on Tuesday they're playing like
Yeah.
the first game.
Yeah,
I
what do
mean,
you guys think?
that's actually it.
What do
That's
you
a
guys think?
good-
A-Bang?
That's a
We'll see
good
how-
call.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
True.
Like FPS versus A-Bang is the
Yeah.
matchup
A-Bang.
to
That game to
determine
watch.
the whole thing. In all honesty,
So, okay, without a doubt, A-Bang's on 4 for me. What do you guys think?
I say number 1. Not gonna
Dude,
lie. I'm gonna give them that.
Fuck, man.
I'm gonna give
How
them
about how about the
that.
rest of you? Where do you guys want to see A-Bang sit on
I think
this list?
I don't know. I think A-Bang is maybe second.
Ooh, A-Bang second? Well, what do you
let's
think?
go-
Axis, Sachok? Probably.
Okay. This is okay.
think
I'll
both of
put a little bit
Oh,
context.
Sachok, you're saying something,
Sachok, say
Sachok?
something.
I think A-Bang first maybe. Hello?
That's Sachok.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
A-Bang
I was-
first, yeah,
I
heard
think-
I
it.
was
I think-
deciding between A-Ben and FES, but if you take manager's competence into consideration, you put A-Ben on first.
Sure,
Ooh.
Fraudy.
Are you trying to say something on FPS?
Thanks,
bro?
Wait, isn't it Yongfa their manager? Isn't
Yeah.
Yongfa their manager? Yeah, fucking
Like,
man's a
That's a
legend.
legend, honestly. A-Bang has been a mainstay in the region
Oh.
because of it. And
I'll just help my
as
briefing
much as
for
we
the
love
end of the day.
FPS, they're still newer, right, compared to A-Bang. And I really feel like the bar to beat is either one of these two teams, A-Bang or FES.
Mhm.
And
Sure. I'll just
and
say.
I-
Okay,
A-Bang.
A-Bang second then. Let's give
wow,
A-Bang
you're
the
gonna say-
second.
So who's first?
I'll
Watermelon
say-
Rattlers?
I'll just
give,
say 1st September. Let's see.
I'll
Oh,
give,
first.
I'll
yeah.
give A-Bang first.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sure.
okay. So
A-Bang
vote.
first.
How many first? Can I have a count?
A-Bang
Can I have a
first.
vote?
First.
First.
A-Bang first.
You, Sachok, and who else thinks A-Bang's first?
Fraudy,
A-Bang first.
right?
Okay,
I'm
three. Okay,
Taiwanese, so I'm biased.
okay.
Yeah.
A-Bang first then. Let's give
Okay,
A-Bang the
A-Bang
first.
first.
A-Bang's gonna impress all of us then.
Yeah.
I got A-Bang number 1. These guys are the
Alright.
bar to beat.
Yeah, just put. Okay, sure. Put
Okay,
it in.
and-
Wait,
Okay.
where's the team shit? I can't even see it.
It's there. It's on the left. So on the right is the players on the
What?
left.
On the left.
I can't. My shit is. Oh wait, it's a bit.
You can watch on stream. It works.
Watch
This way.
You guys shifted the players like so far to the
Hmm.
right.
Oh, did we? Okay, so let's move on to the rest of the teams. All right, Fast.
Yeah, second.
I think
Impressive
Fair is
roster.
sixth.
Fast is an impressive roster.
it's-
This
Yes.
coming for this
This is the
tournament.
roster that established PAC dominance in a way.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, they're all washed. I think FES is 8th.
I think
Really?
FPS is
I think FES is 8th.
I think FPS is fifth.
He's just
Yeah,
downplaying it so he
yeah,
can
yeah,
surprise
FES
us,
is
right?
5th. We're gonna
Oh,
choke
okay,
hard.
okay, okay.
We're gonna choke hard.
We'll be real about this. We'll keep this
Yeah,
tight.
I'm
We'll keep
keep
it
real. Tournament
Yeah.
in 2 days and we're playing Fall Guys, bro. Like,
And
fuck
just
it.
Yeah,
Fall Guys
yeah,
Esports.
FES.
Wait for it,
We're gonna
guys.
choke.
But look at them. Look at that roster. You have your mainstays. You have people who have stayed around, even though you have people who are a little bit busy. It feels like FES has an asterisk right now, especially as Sacho's vouching for their sub Jumo and Akame, a ridiculous flex player as well. So it feels like for FES they have that rounded roster. They bring in Soggy as well. And it feels that their roster gets a little more stacked. I give it to
Like-
Ebang because I have so much expectations.
Nah, I'll
for them.
take
FES
at
is
most
strong
a
one.
5th. 5th is the highest I'll go.
Like, I think the thing
FPS
about
fifth.
Fast is that people don't people like sleep on them because they're playing actually an 8-man roster. If you're smart about like how you play players in and out, you know.
Yeah.
So this is not a 6-man; it's an 8-man roster, and it makes playing them a lot harder on like different days. And it prevents player fatigue if you're having to play like 3 games a day kind of thing.
Yeah, and guys, we didn't pick the subs. We made sure that this is basically a starting six. We were the ones who asked that is this the people who are mostly gonna play. So we're not the ones picking them. We're just making sure. So you have a little bit of an idea who's gonna be playing mostly in the Ace tourney. And as we said about Jumo, right? He's in NS, and it's a
Yeah.
little, it's a little difficult for him to play anyway. So FES second is as everyone.
But you know,
agree that?
maybe we'll throw him in
Yeah,
there
I think-
maybe
yeah,
for
I think
games
Fast is-
against like Battle Angel or whatever.
Whoa,
the
whoa,
shit
whoa,
called,
whoa,
you
whoa,
know?
whoa, whoa! You can be held accountable if you lose to them, yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's why FES is 5th. We're gonna lose to Battle
No,
Angel.
I think FES is second.
I think FES is second. Yeah.
A second, not that's
Trust,
very fair.
we're fifth.
Okay.
Trust.
Yeah, we're 5th.
Oh
Oh.
my
Okay,
god.
let's go.
They guys actually want to
next.
be fifth. Fuck it. They want to be fifth. We give them fifth. Fuck it, Ducks.
Why you
What?
guys not believing
Yeah.
us?
How about
Be real.
here?
Not
Is this for
real.
real?
Yeah, yeah,
I
fuck,
think
man.
I think Premier will be asking a lot of questions about this, bro.
No, no,
Yo,
manager
yo, this
choices.
is not authentic anymore.
My-
Come
my
on, dude.
your
They're gonna put them
manager,
second,
your manager,
dude.
bro.
All right. So let's look at the rest of the teams. Connect Gaming, Battle Angels, Jaco, Waddlers,
Okay.
Bahava, and Jaeger.
Okay. Anyone want to say anything first? Because I have two teams in mind
I-
already for our next position.
Damn, I'm gonna fucking vouch my own team, man. This is where I step in. We got the biggest man himself. We got John
Sure.
Gold.
Uh-huh.
I think we vouch for 8th place.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, we vouch for him.
I vouch for him too.
I'll sacrifice my position
Oh
on
boy, John
panel.
Gauntz, the man from SCA making it all the way to the big league. Then he's back to handle watermelons apparently. So that's something. But the only matter of debate right now is we've seen Connect Gaming just suddenly get all these vouchers. But is it enough for them to be at top 3? But for me,
The hardest part about Connect Gaming at the end of the day is we haven't seen them
Yeah, we haven't
fucking
seen
play
play
well.
them,
It's
yeah.
alright. We
You-
haven't seen.
you let me craft my storyline, bro. You let me craft a storyline.
Go ahead.
But yeah, Watermelon Waddlers though, they have some people who have gotten so much international experience, like Step, Lethal. You have seen a fly there, even though he's playing main tank. He's like, okay, he'll eventually play that diva or whatever. You have Yuri's who's also playing in AU contenders. You have Oputo who's coming back, and you got Vital as well who's been playing AU. So it feels that these guys have branched out to get that experience and come together. My only concern about the Waddler Squadron is, besides hashtag Waddle on, is the fact that do they work as a team? Because they have proven their own individual accomplishments, but do they work as a unit? That's pretty much my only caveat about them, that I didn't put them in my top 2. So top 3 for me, Watermelon Waddlers. Does everyone else agree?
Sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. Lito carries this. Lito's a crackhead carrying this poor pathetic Chow Cup.
Hey man.
He's
Maybe
right there, man.
connect 4th then.
Yeah.
Connect
Waddler,
Gaming,
Connect 4. Yeah.
4. That's easy. It's
I
easy.
think next is either Dara, Jaeger.
Okay.
I think Jaeger's impressive though. We look at the rankings, we look at the players through.
Okay.
You've seen
Yeah,
like
but
This is perfect.
but
This
do
is
you
a
see
perfect time.
wildcard finals?
wildcard finals.
3-0.
Okay, guys, it's time to talk about the issue. It's time. Okay. So, we all know what happened in the open qualifiers. I will lead it because I'm the one who has the most to talk about this, in all honesty. We all know what happened. Jaeger had to deal with a Korean contender player. That is a fact.
Right,
And
right.
what happened to them is, looking at their bracket, so they lose that one. Let me just quickly check it out. So they lose that one, and after that, it's Jacob Bird who deals against Team Hush, but Team Hush gets DQ'd, they win, and that is that. Jacob Bird's in, so no problem. And you
From
have
what I've heard, that score isn't accurate. From what I've
Yeah.
heard, they were actually down 2.
yeah, exactly.
But then they went up 2-2 and almost reverse swept, and then Team Hush won in the end. So it's a 3-2, even though you look at the
Okay.
scoreboard, it's
That's-
3-1.
So that actually increases my opinion about Jacob Bird a lot more. But at the same time, you have this
Oh, you're
team.
talking about I was talking about Arcade House.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, you're talking. You look at Arcade House, it's just like, okay, we lost that. We're busy investigating, and all of your resources are trying to figure that one out. You have all those long twit longers and all the like. You see the Discord
Okay, fine,
completely
fine, we get it,
devolve.
okay.
You know those kind of things. Yeah,
Okay, you guys wanna get Jaeger fish? I don't mind it. I
Uh,
need to sleep.
Okay, yeah,
I got-
we'll
I got-
we
wrap
gotta
things
keep
up,
this
we'll
I
wrap
got
things
I
up.
got
keep
like
this-
O level
Yeah,
prelims
no,
tomorrow.
we'll wrap
Can
things
we
up.
get this
Oh,
over with?
Yeah, you can go off first if you need access.
we'll-
We'll
Yeah,
clean
it's
this
good
up.
we'll
for
be
me
guys,
as
guys,
well.
guys. We'll be done before
Yeah, I'll
12.
go soon.
Mm.
Don't
Let's
wax
get, we'll
things.
be done in like 5-10 minutes.
No, no, don't
honestly.
worry. So,
exactly.
Keep this
I
tight.
just want to give the context of what's been going on. So it feels like after everything, Jaeger had the short end of the stick, and it feels that they've been they've been a little bit slept on a way, and it feels like they're the ones who have a lot to prove because things just kind of blew up because of the bracket. Things blew up because of how they had to deal with Fortuna. And in the end, I really think that they are in the middle of the pack, but in the top parts of it. So I'd say
Yes.
after everything, Jaeger should be number
Fine.
5.
Fifth,
Jaeger
Jaeger
Yes.
fifth. Yeah, Jaeger can.
Definitely Jaeger fifth, because
Bava
I would definitely
fifth.
put them over. Even I think even though they
yeah.
lost to Bava, but I think they weren't in a like good right mindset to play that last game against Bava, and like they're definitely I would definitely put Jaeger above J. Colbert as well in this case, because I think J. Colbert, just by playing against that the one from one Korean player in that team, Korean contender players, they were actually down 2 to that team. But RK House, which was Jaeger, they actually almost tied up. So
They
like
brought
you
it to
can
a full 5 man, didn't they?
yeah, they did win for the 5th map. So
Yeah.
like you have to put them above J. Colbert at least.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for me, Jacob Bird, I think they have to prove to us that they deserve to be in the tournament because
Exactly.
it feels like there's a whole big question mark there. It should have been a battle between Jacob Bird and Jaeger for
Mhm.
that
And
slot,
Jaeger, yes.
and we cannot tell that result. That's for sure. We'll find out here in the group stage, but. For me, the whole fact that you're there because of things that happened, it feels a little bit iffy, and it's not really the strongest names you would expect from the Thai scene, right? It's not the biggest guns. Like we've said, the most of the Thai guys have decided, okay, screw Overwatch, we're going Valorant instead, like Mr. Patapan himself. So it doesn't feel that this is the A game that Thailand can bring, and I'd love to see them prove us wrong with that. But compared to
Yes.
Taiwan, compared to SG, compared to even Japan, maybe like this is some A game material that you expect to be at the top of the scene. So for Jacob Bird, it's a little bit of a question mark. My question is now:
Just
Jacob Bird over Bava or Bava over Jacob Bird?
Like I give it to Jaco. Maybe Jaco has an X factor we haven't seen yet. You know, their
Yes,
Thai team are known to have like X factor, crackhead DPSs. I don't know. Maybe it's not 4 lines of like, I don't know what the fuck this not, and then they come in and they shit on you in scrims. You know, maybe
this is
Jaco
actually
does that.
interesting because we'll be able to see this in the first round, actually the first day of the group stage, because Bava is gonna play against J. Colbert.
That's actually a good point. I think I put Jaco for Bahava, like rounded up with Battle Angel on 8th.
I'd say
Yeah.
the same. Like Bava, they are kind of scary in parts here and there, but they do have to prove also how strong they can be. It feels like they're gonna be
Yes.
a middle of a pack team, might be even a lower end if things go wrong for them. But for
Right.
Jacob Bird, it feels that suddenly things can show up, and even though we have them pretty low on the rankings, especially because we have a DPS on main tank and on the support line, it's really just there's so many better players on the support line,
Right.
which is really interesting. I
What
still
are you
feel
putting
like
J. Colbert above Bava?
Yeah, I'd put Jacob.
Yeah,
Bird
Jacob,
six.
but
I would
Bahava.
my hot take is Bava is above J. Colbert, just
Okay.
because they
Ooh.
performed so well. They 3-0 Jaeger in
Yeah.
the wild card bracket.
With a,
So
Would a
you-
wildcard
you-
be because they were tired? Wouldn't you say that?
yeah, but like you can
You could
even
say-
though they were tired, you're top 100 player, you're tired, you're not gonna become master. Right? It's like
Hmm.
you still have a certain level of competitiveness and synergy with your teammate. And like yes, we can give a case for Jaeger that the fact they were tired, that's why they got 3-0. But it's a sweep. It's not like it's 2-1.
yeah.
You know.
I
So you have to give Bava some credit.
I understand, and I do give them some credit. That's why I say that they are a matter of debate. But for me, I feel like Jacob Bird is that team that
Let's talk to two other guys in the
Yeah,
Discord as
like,
well.
it
Sachok, Vital, what do you guys think about Jacob? What do you guys think about
feels
Bahava?
just that there's such an X factor, right?
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Wait, why is Jaeger fifth again? I thought Bava whipped them.
We're giving Jaeger the chance that because of brackets fucking them over and like mental
Yeah,
boom and
maybe.
shit like that.
How
Maybe
though?
Jaeger
Like,
didn't play that best game.
it's fine. That's another topic. It's
Okay,
fine,
okay.
No,
but-
no, no.
it's
I want to
fine.
hear what
Yeah.
Sachok thinks between 5th, 6th,
Yeah.
7. Who's it gonna be?
Yeah,
Jaeger,
Sachok, who's your take
Jacob
for
Bird,
5, 6,
and
7
Bava.
Uh, I don't know. I got kind of shocked that Bava beat Jaeger, so I thought like Bava be fifth for me.
So
actually.
on paper, we all agree that Jaeger should have won Bahava, right? In like when
Yeah,
we
yeah,
first got the
yeah,
bracket,
yeah.
Yes,
right?
on
Yeah,
paper.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So then when I saw they trioed, and I was like, oh shit, maybe they're quite good. So
But let's be fair and like neutral about this. So are we gonna follow the results of what we saw? If the results were what we saw, Bahava
The-
over Jaeger, then
because the result says a lot, right? Because I
Mhm.
don't really look
Yep.
at rank. I'm not a person that looks at ranks. You know,
Mhm.
like yo, okay, you can be 4.5k peak, but can still be losing to a diamond team. Like fuck, man, I
Yeah.
played contenders in diamond, bro, and like I still got second. So if it was me, I think I put Bava over Jaeger.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
Because
so
interesting.
if they can deliver a
Mhm.
3-0, and 3-0
Okay.
is not something you
Yeah.
can. It's not an easy feat.
Uh,
So yeah,
For me,
that's my
I'm
opinion.
pretty high
Yeah.
on Jaeger because of that 1 point also, or 2 points rather,
Ah.
against the Korean contender side. So it feels like their maximum power is already there, and they were just deflated against Bava. But Zax makes a good point. 3-0ing Jaeger is still a good feat for Bava. So that kind of convinces me in a way that Bava can be 6 for me, because like in terms of, it's still power rankings. So in terms of full power, I'd say Jaeger has the edge. But if Bava
Yeah.
can be more consistent, sure, I'll put them 6. Jacob Bird, these guys are the ones who are gonna
Okay,
look
so-
to be our X factor in this tournament.
My take is you can sleep on unknown on that
Mm.
off
Oh.
tank. That's just gonna
Okay,
outplay
so-
Jake Colbert's and at Battle Angels off tank, and like
So to clean it
that's a
up,
lot of
it's,
big difference.
so to
It's-
clean it up is Bava, Jaeger,
No.
Jaco, and
I still have
Battle
Jaeger
Angel.
up on 5, but
Mm.
it's enough to convince me to see
I
Bava
I
a little
agree
more
with
positive.
Sachok and Fraudy's take on it. If that's the way we're gonna how we're gonna see
That's
things.
fair. That's fair. But I'm looking into the maximum power of what Jaeger can bring. I think that they can bring a lot
Yes.
more than Bava. So I'd
Mhm.
put them on 5th.
They're still fifth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
for
just
me
give
as well.
Jaeger a shot at it. Bava, Jaco, Battle Angel.
Yep. There you
Yes.
go.
Wrap it up.
And
Yep.
All right.
Am
All
I,
right. So what's the closing? What's
yeah,
the closing
time to
observation?
wrap things up. So I feel
Honestly,
like
I
the
think-
biggest one here
oh,
first. Let me just quickly get through our bottom ones, because for Battle Angel, a lot of unknowns, a lot of like who the hell are these guys, and they're gonna be looking to kind of be floundering unless we are completely wrong. Jacob Bird, though, in the meantime, I feel like these guys are the ones who are looking to prove that they can work as a team. We've seen the asterisk that, okay, these guys aren't as good as some of the better players on support, and then why are they having this guy on main tank and all the like. And it just feels that they're getting outshone. But I really feel like Jacob Bird is going to be a great team nonetheless on itself, and especially with the guidance of Headhawk. So it feels that they're the X factor to watch out for. And go ahead, guys, on to our other 6 teams.
So Sasha, you were gonna give a take on it, right? Sasha,
Yeah.
what's your take?
I feel 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all really close. Anyone can be on top. In fact, I'm not surprised if that 5, 6, 7, 8, one of them goes to playoffs. So anything can happen. That's what I feel.
What about you, Fraudy? What's your
I
closing
really don't really know Connect Gaming and like Waddlers. I think the first day will be the most interesting, because you can literally see Bava against Jay Cooper, which has been the argument of the match that we have yet to see, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna see A-Ben against FES. So I'm really interested in how the first round's gonna play out, because that the moment that 4 matches done, we can the whole power ranking will shift entirely. Yeah.
So are we
Right.
saying that there's an episode 2 to this power ranking? Do we come back to this in a week's
Do
time?
we have to? Should
Like,
we,
I'll-
are we
I'll
gonna
figure it out.
rewatch
Fuck
point
them.
now? We'll figure it out,
I
guys.
fucking don't know, man. Maybe midweek we'll come back to this when we get the we get some
but
point.
guys,
Yeah,
spoiler
we
alert.
actually will have a brief power ranking before the
Oh.
production which I've set up already. So
Okay.
maybe we'll talk about that
we
before.
can talk about
every
that.
match.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
So
but-
wait, Tetra was gonna say something.
Yeah,
Tetra,
yeah.
Alright, spoiler alert. A-Bang's gonna win FES 3-0.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
There you go. There you go,
Oh,
guys.
okay.
You heard it
here
from the
first.
main tank himself. Heard it from the
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
tank himself. So there you go.
So my closing observations are like, I think 1 and 2 are pretty cemented. Like no one can argue that 1 and 2 belongs there. Fast and E-Bang. I think 3 or 4 Waterless and Connect Gaming have a lot to prove. Waterless, we just came together 6 men, you know. It takes a while for us to get
Right.
there. Connect
Mhm.
Gaming, people have been sleeping on them, but I get vouchers a lot. I see a lot of vouchers in chat for them. So maybe Connect Gaming pulls an upset, takes a couple of maps off other teams and improves their worthiness, you know. It's entire series long. So
Love it.
The-
I call Bava the X factor
Really?
in this whole power ranking
I
because
mean-
I feel like I don't think they're gonna be X factor and just get it the first place or the second. Actually, I don't believe so. But I think they have the potential to be taking that third at their max power because people have been sleeping on them just because how they look like on paper. But the fact their team has been consistently screaming together for a long time and grinding really hard recently, I think that makes a difference because like you guys said, even those players from the other team are veterans, but they are not playing as much Overwatch anymore, like people in Baba does.
I
Yes,
Right?
agree with that.
true, true.
I've
And
seen that
also,
actually happen.
Yep.
like, there's one thing to note is that there's a huge amount of money involved, right? So even some of the lower brackets, those who have composure, because it's not only about mechanics, you know, it's about staying composed, playing the game, and like I feel like some of the lower people, like the lower ranking teams, will surprise us definitely, because you know a lot of is at stake, and I would say like from three to no from 4 to 8, the ranking, most of them haven't played with money on the line before, so there's gonna be a different experience from them, and that's
Yeah.
gonna bring out some
Ah,
new
yeah.
That's
shit
true.
for us to see.
Interesting.
So
Like
That's
yeah,
actually very insightful from Sashrock
it's
though.
really
I
fair.
didn't think
Actually,
about money
It's
being
such a
played in.
different
Actually,
feeling when you're playing for money. It's like, Blizzard balance, whatever. We're gonna get that anyway, no matter what. We'll try to get into contenders, but when you get there, the stage is so completely different. It becomes more of a professional atmosphere, and you really understand there are
right,
things on
right.
the line that weren't there before. There is no time to fuck around. There is no time to just have some spats. You play at your best. You make sure you can prove yourself because you can make this your livelihood if you can prove yourself in it. So that is such a good point there for Satchel. He has been experienced in the PAC scene for quite a while already, and it really goes to show that might be the edge that our top 3 teams have over the rest. But what do you guys think about our Ace Power rankings? What do you guys think about the whole tournament? It feels like it's gonna be interesting because we're not gonna get some official coverage as we brought in Fraudy here to talk about what the plans are for the broadcast. And yeah, take it away, Fraudy. Your stage this time. What's gonna be going on? How are we gonna see a few of these Ace matches?
okay, so for a few of those ace matches, so on September it's gonna be first, third, and eighth, right? Those are the first 3 days. And I think for the September 1st, I won't be covering it, but for the third and eighth, definitely tune in for those live broadcasts. And we haven't yet confirmed what are the clean feed going to be provided for which
Yeah.
match. But rest assured, if they are providing all the feeds for every match, we will try to record them and do a rebroadcast on them as well. And with some analysts, some casters, Daks will be involved as well. So it's
I'll
going to be
try.
very
I'll try.
interesting.
I really will. And it does feel like it's gonna be that way. There's a lot of questions right now where it's gonna be, when it's gonna be, what's gonna happen. But as soon as we figure that out, we're gonna be looking into it. That's for sure. And it does feel that there are those questions right now on how the PAC scene is gonna work out, but at the very least, we're gonna find out on the first day. You already know our teams are gonna be reporting that on the socials. We'll be talking about it for the community that's very involved in it per se. And as I said before, I will be officially broadcasting, of course, all the way in October for the playoffs. So you'll be seeing me on that. So that's why I also want to do a few of these things to make sure that I am updated, you guys are updated. We'll find out if we'll do another talk show into the future. But there you go, guys. Just to wrap things up. PAC Power Rankings in terms of teams: A-Bang, FES, Watermelon Waddlers, Connect Gaming, Jaeger, Banana Bava, Jacob Bird, and Battle Angel. I will be posting about the rankings very soon. I'll put it on the socials, and you guys can always access it on the as well. But that is gonna be that for our Ace Talk for the night. And before we guys head off, anything you guys want to say to the stream, anything you want to say to chat, or plug anything along the way?
To all the players playing, make sure you don't DC, man.
Yeah, please don't.
Online tourney,
Alright.
guys.
I
Yeah,
DC'd in the quarterfinals and I lost 2.5
I
thousand because of it.
I think that's a
It
good
sucks.
point because the way qualifier was being handled, I really hope there's no any like, you know, live problem that's happening within any players because I doubt the handling will be that smooth, and I hope the whole thing goes smoothly. Of course.
Try. We'll try our best, guys, and I'll see if I can. I
Yeah.
really hope I don't have any conflicts in schedule, and because the schedule's kind of awkward. Tuesday, Thursday, and then you don't know when the game really happens. So it's just like, but we can always just wait on for our admins and all the like. Now, I do understand a few of these concerns about our admins, and I'll just say that there is a big language barrier in the. There is only one League Ops guy
Yeah.
who is trying to do his best. He's from the Philippines, so I can vouch for him myself. But he is a one-man army, and hopefully these things are ironed out during the group stage because there is.
Yeah,
that
I'll vouch
barrier.
of him too
Yeah.
because I've been talking with him about production stuff, and
English-
he's been great. He's been
Yeah.
helpful, really responsive actually.
It's been a struggle for them to
Yeah.
understand and comprehend. So it really is just the problem of the region. It's just a problem of how we have a hard time communicating with each other. Even our Englishes are different from each other, so it does have those problems. So you know, guys, it's just all about patience, and hopefully we can bring the best games the region can really attain. So that's all from me. How about you, Yuri? Is there anything you want to say before we head off?
My biggest tip is don't sell VODs, please, guys. Don't fucking sell your VODs.
Oh, one thing I wanna say, like Blizzard has pumped money into this region, so everyone just enjoy this tournament, okay? Don't make it ugly. Let's have some friendly competition.
Let's go.
And
For
all
sure.
the best to everyone.
Definitely.
All right.
All right,
Mhm.
that's
So-
it. And thank you guys for tuning on into this one. I know I don't do too much of Watch anymore. It really is just so hard, especially my market is completely dead. But I still am here for SEA stuff. I still am here as much as possible because this is the game I started with, and there is no way I'm gonna be giving this up no matter what. And I'm glad to be your caster for October, and hopefully I do have time for the September matches because I really don't want to miss anything whatsoever. Big shout outs, of course, to our FES representatives as well as Watermelon Waddlers. These two teams very, very scary, and it really does give us a lot of insight from Satchuk, Yuri's, from Vital being here, from Raxus being here, and even Fraudy to plug a little bit, but also talk about the community that he handles. It feels that we all have our different parts that we can talk about, and we all came together to make these rankings. Don't forget, guys, that this is a power ranking that is based on the PHSD side, which just means that we know more about the English-speaking audience rather than the non-English-speaking audiences. So take that with a grain of salt, and we just want to make sure these guys get exposure rather than really ranking them. These things can always turn out different, especially with results. Anything can happen in the Ace tournaments, and I can't wait to see that. But from us to you, thank you guys for tuning on into the Ace Talk. We'll see you guys next time. There's going to be a next time. And we'll see you guys in the group stage. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.